Hello.
Good afternoon.
My name is
Lisa.
Hi.
Roos.
Nice to meet you.
Please take a seat. Would you like something to drink?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Well, I would like to introduce you to my colleagues. Cecilia Smink, she is my assistant HR manager. My name is Roos Steindler, I am the HR manager of this establishment. And this is Lisanne Heidkering, she is the leading concierge. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, this interview will take about 15 minutes and afterwards we'll discuss further procedure. Okay, Roos, welcome. As we said before, what do you know already about the job in the Hotel Antwerp?
I know that the hotel offers 148 rooms, 5 conference rooms, 1 swimming pool, 1 fitness and a sauna. And I know the GM manager, the HRM Video
Okay.
I worked for him 2 years ago in the Radisson Blu Stadshotel, just across the street.
Okay, well, you described already a couple of things about the job. What I wanted to add is that we namely have leisure guests, so that means that you have to provide them from musea information. If they want to go with the cab, you have to find a cab for them. The bicycle routes, for example, if they want to bicycle in the city, you could provide them with bicycle routes and what they can do and what is nice for them. You need to arrange everything for the guest. That is very important. We never say no to a guest. We will provide the highest service and you are responsible for that. You're in a team of 5 concierges. There's always 1 concierge on duty. We have shifts from 7 till 3 and from 3 till 11 in the evening. That sounds clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Josh, can you tell me something about yourself?
Well, I'm 43 years old. I've got a wife and 2 children, 1 daughter of 8 and 1 son. He is, well, let me think, he's 9. I'm living in the neighborhood of this hotel in the Koning Wilhelmina Straat. Well, I'm already 5 years member of the Clé d'Or. And I love, in my spare time, I love to play with my children and have dinner with my wife. In my previous job, I followed the training Yes I Can, and that means that all employees get a training to never say no to a guest. Always solve the problem or the wishes of the guest. And in my previous job, when I was concierge, I used to provide excellent service to the guest.
Can you give an example of such a service?
Well, when I was working for Radisson Blu Hotel, one guest came to me and he asked me to book a table in a luxurious restaurant. He wanted to book a table in a specific restaurant because 10 years ago he was married there. That's why he wanted to eat in that restaurant on that date. So I called that restaurant and unfortunately they were already fully booked. So I called one of my colleagues from the Clé d'Or and he said, I will fix it for you. So on the end the guests were satisfied. That's what I love from my job.
Okay, I saw in your CV that you worked in 2001 for 3 years at the Hilton Hotel as a food and beverage employee. Why did you decide to stop there and to change to concierge? Because it's something totally different.
Because the working hours in F&B department are long days of working, and they are not stable as concierge working hours. So.
Do you like concierge more than working as an F&B employee?
This job I get more recognition than in the F&B, for example. So that's another point.
What are your strong points and what are your weaknesses?
I've got lots of connections with, especially with the Clay Door members. That's good for this job, I think. And my other strong points are stress resistant, I'm multitasked, and to be honest, my weakness points, let me think, I think it is my French language. It's not that good, but I hope I can improve it when I will work for this hotel.
So you told us that you have a Clay Door. What would be the benefit for our company that we have someone in service with a Clay Door?
Well, the main advantage to have a Clay Door member in your hotel, it's I think it is that a Clay Door member has lots of connections which can help by satisfying the guest.
Why do you want to work for this hotel?
I heard several stories about this hotel from old employees, from my friends who are visiting this hotel, and well, I'm really enthusiastic about this hotel because I did some research on the internet. And
So Jos, what would you do if you failed to provide a service the guest asked for?
if I cannot provide the service where the guest asks for, I will look for an alternative, for the best alternative for the guest, and hopefully he will be satisfied with that alternative. Otherwise I will call one of my colleagues of the Clay Door and I will ask him for suggestions.
So do you have any further questions for us?
Yeah, I've got one question. What are the secondary working conditions of this job?
Well, as secondary working conditions, we offer you, of course, your uniform with our hotel, a telephone, as well as travel expenses. They're all covered.
Well, and what will happen afterwards, this interview?
Well, we will contact you within 2 weeks to let you know if you're the person we're looking for, and then in that case we might invite you to a second interview. Alright? Well, thank you very much for coming.
It has been a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we'll contact you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.